Hello, welcome to Dungeon of the Week, episode 5. Woohoo!
Our
Today,
half of a 10 anniversary.
yeah. Dungeon of the Week, for those who don't know, is a weekly stream where we do a totally different game with pretty much the same players every week. New game master as well. This week we have Mike. Hello, Mike.
Yes,
Hello, good
simply the
evening.
best.
Yeah. So,
So
uh,
some would say,
yeah. Dungeon of the Week is brought to you by Zero Session. Zero Session is a online marketplace where game masters can list their paid games and players can find them. We're pretty new. We've been around for about 4 months now and steadily gaining traction out there. So if you know anyone who wants to play a game or if you yourself want to, check us out, zerosession.com.
And you can play with us.
That's right. We're
That'd be
there.
fun.
I think so. I certainly enjoy it. Today Mike is going to be taking us on a journey underground into some crazy ruins.
Mystery
Mike,
and
you want to do
intrigue.
like a plot outline kind of thing?
all right. So this is a segment from a world I've created and have been working on for some time. The background is this city that the players will be starting in. Garendale has gone under some quite heavy fire, and after a cult known as the Termskey Brotherhood had got together, got some artifacts together, and managed to summon their god, the aspect of Armageddon, Feraloth.
Those pesky cults.
A powerful knight by the name of Cridium, unfortunately losing his own life in the process, did manage to send Feraloth back to the abyss from which he came. And in that fight, the city of Garendale was split in two. The rift
Yeah.
that has formed down the center of the city has collapsed inwards, taking with it some temples and other buildings that belong to the Tomes Key. And there are rumors of something they left behind, something known as a gateway, something that might be able to cause even more problems for the city. And without their knight to protect them, it can go very wrong very very fast. And so it is up to members of an explorers guild, an archaeologists guild, to go down into the rift to explore some of the ruins and to try and find this gateway and stop it from opening.
All right, and that's us.
So, what would happen is the gateway would be like an into chaos. It would just like totally screw our world.
Considering it was made by the Tomes Key, yes, though the exact purpose of the gateway is unknown.
All right, and tell me what the Tomsky is. Like that's what got summoned.
The Tomes Key Brotherhood are the
they're
cult.
the cult. Okay. And
They were obsessed with collecting knowledge, even building the Grand Archives of Lorik, but something went wrong somewhere because their focus shifted from gathering knowledge to
yeah.
summoning Feraloth, and no one really knows why.
Okay.
The reasons for it were buried in the high command of the Tomes Key.
All right.
Feraloth is a demon.
Feraloth is a god, specifically
Okay,
the
okay.
aspect of Armageddon.
Oh, damn. Okay, got it now.
The god of demons.
Nice. Horrible.
All right, cool. So let's go around and do our character intros.
Well, let's do our person intros
Okay,
first.
go for it.
Okay. My name is Alyssa, my real name. I am from New Orleans, Louisiana, and a fun fact about myself is today I tie-dyed a guitar on a shirt, and in 6 hours we'll see if it came out good.
Looking
That's
forward
it.
to that. I'm Trevor. I'm from Michigan, living in New Orleans for 8 years now. And fun fact, I'm currently working on a tabletop version of The Matrix. I'm
And
trying
it's
to create
amazing.
a rule system. that fits. And I'm gonna run a stream. I got a lot of fun plans.
And he now knows everything there is to know about the
It's
Matrix.
a good series. Yeah, good fiction. Carlos, what do you got? You're muted, my man.
Carlos.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
So,
Hey.
I'm Carlos, living in New Orleans. I'm a photographer here and part of the Zero Session team.
That's right.
And I'm looking forward to playing my first game with Louth today. So
Oh, wow. I didn't know you hadn't done it yet.
Yeah.
Well, he's amazing. We already know.
All right. And last but not least, Mike.
I feel like I'm under a lot of pressure here because I've been given a lot of hype.
Well,
I'm just hoping I can live up to it. But yes, I am Mike. I live in England, so most of the GMs I've noticed on the site from the US. I'm adding a little bit of the European flavor.
oh yeah.
You're exotic.
Def.
Indeed, I've been GMing now for 12 years, coming up on 13. I have a heavy roleplay style of GMing, and I just hope I'm as good as people are expecting me to be.
Well,
You are.
you can write in and vote whether Mike was as good as you expected him to be or not. And we'll
Vote 1
tally
for
that at the
exceeded
end, yeah.
expectations. Vote 2 for kicked ass. But yeah, on and so forth.
All right. Well, so characters, and then turn it over to you, Mike. So my character, I'm playing Winston. Winston is a retired member of the military who fought in what war was that?
Oh, in
It was the
Guernsey.
war with the Tomes Key,
The original, the
Oh.
OG war.
the original invasion.
We
Yes.
didn't do as well as we would have hoped.
You let Faraloth
We
come.
did all right.
You did
Yeah.
all right.
And so Winston, all of his friends are dead. Most of them died during the war. So he joined the Explorers Guild to hang out in their guild hall. And then they made him go on an adventure. So we'll see how he does.
Okay. Well, my character's name is Violka, and she likes to sell things. Anything that you want, she's got the perfect thing for you. She will say it will cure all of your woes and all of your problems and be magical, but it might not necessarily be very magical. And she has had to pick up and leave very often in life. She's a tiefling bard. She plays the viol, obviously. And she is kind of looking for a fresh start, but is not changing her ways. She's going to continue to gamble and swindle and all of the things that she does. Oh, and she often doesn't know what a lot of very normal things are. You'll find out later, though.
I'm going to be playing Scrape, whose real name is Zeiss, but he is a veteran, and he developed an unhealthy addiction to worm scrape during his time in the military, and he kind of just lost all his ideals at this point. All he cares about is surviving, kind of
Gotta get
getting
high.
what he needs to get by. But yeah, he's kind of reaching a point in his life where he's looking for something more, but he doesn't know what it is.
It can't be all about the worm scrape. There's gotta be something more. Sorry.
See, I'm surprised that that you would take that route. After all, if you could get your hands on some worm scrape, you could always sell it to him.
Well,
You
that
could
might
supply
be the right. Maybe that's where I'm getting it. Who knows? I'm not telling.
All right. Well, that's our Oh, we also have the Chi-Chi bird.
Oh, Chi-Chi. There's my Chi-Chi.
So
Unfortunately, we have one player who could not make it today.
Yeah.
they will be the Chi-Chi bird in spirit now. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
we
Chi-Chi
have a
Bird's gonna
little-
be sitting in for Max, and
for
I
Matt, yeah.
feed Chi-Chi Bird worm scrape now and then, so it just kind of follows us around.
And whenever we draw blood from an enemy, I'm gonna drink the blood of our enemies. Just saying.
I see. Interesting. It's getting into character. It's good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, what do you got? Yeah, take it away, Mike.
Okay, so to get into game, the current time of year, it's around about getting towards the early part of summer. The sun doesn't go down very often, as you are on the continent on the northernmost peak of the world. The midnight sun looming overhead, an annoyance for some, but most have gotten used to it who've lived on this continent for some time. You've been gathered by your boss, the leader of the Adventurers Guild, a Goliath, a very strict one by the name of Baden. He greets you all in the in guild tavern, paid for specifically by the guild masters. So, I've gathered you all here today for a very special mission.
Special.
Now I know two of you fought in the Termskey Wars, and what I have is a little bit of a tip-off. See, we've had some talk from some of the captured members of the Termskey of another method by which they could spread chaos in our land, which is still reeling from the fight. They won't say much about it, they'll only call it the Gateway. I don't know about you, but this is sounding a little scary.
Sounds like a drug to me. The Gateway, you know?
Maybe, but I'm thinking due to their MO, it might be something a bit more magical.
Drugs are magical,
dear.
but yes, okay.
Well, what are we to do about this?
Well, first of all, you see him get a large sort of sackcloth bag out, put it down. He grabs some items out, and starts handing you each like a leather bag.
Gifts.
In here, you'll find some supplies to help you climb down into the Garendale Rift. The divide through the center of the city, the one that was split during the Faraloth fight.
Yes, we're going down there, are we?
I hope you don't mind tight.
Love it. You would love to go in that rift. I know you.
I hope you don't mind tight places. If any of you are claustrophobic, now is the time to back out.
I love to go deep down into the abyss where my ancestors are from. You know?
Yes. Well,
how much do you think the location would be worth to someone?
Well, the Termskey gathered a lot of knowledge and powerful artifacts in their time, so maybe you'll find something left behind.
And we can keep it.
Well, anything of archaeological significance we must have a look at first, but we'll buy them off your hands if you're willing to sell.
Oh, sure. We'll let you have a look first, of course. It belongs in a museum, of course, of course.
It seems fair. When do we depart on this mission?
Immediately.
Oh.
Do you have a grappling hook?
That will be in the kit that I have just provided you. Yes, you've been. This is a kit for climbers, usually mountain climbers, but it works going down as it does going up.
What about cigarettes?
You're going to have to get those yourself, I'm afraid. We can't afford those on company credit.
I don't know what a rift trip is without the smoke, so I see. Okay.
Have you any more information about this rift that we should know?
Well, we've managed to keep it relatively free of monsters, but we don't know what anything the Termskey may have summoned down there, apart from their god. So be on your guard.
I'll take care of any resistance with my fists. Don't you worry.
Oh yes. Oh, Winston. Oh, if you're our best defense, I am worried. Mr. Goliath, you are so strong. Maybe you should come with us since you are so brawny and, handsome.
I'm afraid I have other business to attend to. You see, there was something that was dug up recently in Endrus, a artifact that's supposed to be able to go back in time.
Ooh, I like that.
Dangerous.
I like that a lot.
And considering I've not passed the artifact back to myself, I'm not entirely sure how valid it is, but we'll see.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
we
Well,
can't begin a mission without sharing a drink to
I
toast
agree.
to our success.
I agree, and I think we should place bets on whether or not who will die and who will live.
Well, it's a bit morbid, don't you think?
No, this is the normal tradition where I come from. This is good. I am going to bet that Winston dies, and that also everyone dies but me.
I feel
Well-
a bit frightened to go on a mission with you and betting against my own survival upon the mission. I don't think I'll be taking that bet, no.
I'm only betting cigarettes on it. It is not. It is just for the sake. Fine.
Well, here.
Well,
I'm going to pour a drink for everyone here. There we are.
would you like the usual brew, or would you like something a bit stronger?
Well,
Strong.
the stronger the better. We're going out on a mission. We may never
Yes.
return, especially with
Yes.
this one along.
Yes. Yes. Just because I have horns doesn't mean you need to persecute me about it.
You just bet that I would die. You said that.
Oh, it is a joke. It's a joke.
I'll take a bet that he'll die.
Oh, I love you.
I hardly think that this is
My
appropriate.
dear Scrape, you're
Pour
so
scrape
so
into my
good.
drink.
So if you're taking the stronger drink, I will need a Constitution save.
Of
I'm
course.
just taking water with one.
Alright.
Oh, just take a swig there. Everything seems to be in
Winston,
order.
Winston, you've had plenty of strong drink. You're fine.
Oh.
Violka, you're feeling a little on the woozy side.
Oh. Yes. I look forward to this. Oh, I have one question about the key Tommy boys. The Tommy boys, are they going to be in the rift or only their minions?
We don't know. We've captured all the members of the Tomes Key that we could, but some of them may have escaped.
Well, you should have tortured them and do you know their home base?
Well,
I'm not
It's
trying
down
to
in
go
the- it's-
there. I just,
it's down in the rift.
Well then,
So they are down there. Okay.
to our success and wealth and fame and such.
And the blood of our enemies.
Bottoms up.
And not our own. Bottoms up.
Indeed.
And vice.
All
Yes.
right, well, we're ready to get going.
Roll out.
So you head out of the guild hall after being given directions, obviously, of where to make your descent into the rift. You cross the city, still a bit desolate after what happened. There's still a lot of rebuilding that still needs to be done.
I bet.
It's a
And
mess, but it's our mess.
you come across the thing that you've probably seen a thousand times walking to and fro across the city, the scar that now dominates the landscape, where even as part of the land had subducted below another, as you can see in the actual the artwork there. This is a bit more of a rebuilt version of Garendale, but
Okay.
that cliff was created entirely when the land split.
Mm,
Oh, I see. Nice.
all right.
You peer down into the rift before you, and it seems to go on endlessly almost. Even I keep having to go back to look at your names. Excuse me. Even Velka, with your dark vision, you don't see an end to it.
Oh, the void is calling to me. I want to fall down into it. I
Well,
won't.
don't get ahead of yourselves. Is there a specific place that we were told to go down?
Yeah, to enter. And wait, and remind me how long ago the rift happened.
The rift happened at this point about 10 years ago.
Okay, cool. And sorry, so he asked where we enter.
The place that you'll enter is an area close to where the river crosses over the chasm. A dam has been built to redirect it, so it's not flooding the whole rift. But you are informed of the place, and you see there's a couple of like rocky outcrops by which you could set up and maybe climb down. Though it's going to require a few, should we say, some skill in a couple of things. So
I've got skills in many pockets.
So first of all, it's going to require perception in order to find a good place to tie off the ropes, and then survival to actually do the tying. I would recommend that 2 different people do these roles.
I have very good perception because I've always had to watch my back and see if, see things out the corner of my eye, in case someone's about to knife me. So maybe I can handle that.
All right. If you could roll me a perception check. 16. You do find a very stable looking outcrop that should hold the rope easily enough.
I found a stable outcrop.
Oh, well, let us tie the rope off then. Someone who's good with knots, perhaps.
Does anyone know how to survive? You know how to survive.
It was merely incidental that I survived.
Oh, that was the exception, not the rule. I see. Well, my worm scrape head. Don't you know how to survive on the streets? Getting your next line anytime. Well, I don't know how you do it. You might smoke it. Do you smoke it or snort it? Scrape.
Yeah, everyone kind of has their own thing. You want to try it?
That's why I'm asking you what way you do.
I'll try to tie the knot to something.
Dodging the question, I see.
Oh, okay. I was asking how you ingested your drugs, but okay, you can talk about that.
I'll show you if you ever want to do something.
All right, maybe later.
I'll sober you up.
So if you'd like to roll me a survival check.
Are you gonna do that, Carlos?
There we go. Good job you didn't have disadvantage.
Yeah.
So you think you've tied quite a competent knot that should be able to hold everyone's weight. Whether it does or not, we'll see.
Oh, shit.
After you.
So who's going first?
I'll go.
Go, Winston.
Yes, it's fine. Let me just lower myself down here.
How much does Winston weigh?
I don't know.
You're a bit rotund.
Yeah, a little more than average.
I would say
probably.
170.
That
180.
seems pretty light. It's probably like 200.
But you're also short. I thought kind of shorter. Okay, yeah, you know how much you weigh. Sorry, one of my cons is guessing people's weight.
All right, so Winston, you climb down. The rope tightens a bit, and you're a bit unsure at first, but you do manage to worm your way down, and it doesn't snap. You find a ledge below which you manage to land on. It seems the abyss goes even further down, but
I found a ledge.
Should be a good starting point.
There's room here. I'll steady the rope as you climb.
Okay. I will go next because ladies first. And what do I roll again?
You wouldn't have to roll for this because you have a
Oh,
rope
right.
set down. Just like how much does your character weigh?
She weighs 140 pounds.
Okay, so you also managed to make it down. Okay, I'm doing a few rolls in the background here, see how well the rope holds.
Okay.
And for both of you, the rope is held.
You're giving us
So
some
far.
crap ass rope.
How
Has a
far-
chance to snap because we used it.
But it's not a chance to snap. It's a chance for the knot to untie.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
right,
Carlos.
right.
Roughly how far of a drop is this?
Infinite, seemingly.
I have dark vision and I couldn't see to the bottom of it.
Well,
So.
dark vision does only go for 60 feet. So
Oh, that's true.
This ledge that you're going to is about 70 feet down, but you were given enough rope in order to make that distance in your climbing kits. You were given about 100 feet of rope.
I'm gonna. Can I check on the knot before I go down? Does it look like it's okay?
Well, it's on our
Like, is
side,
it loosened or anything from people climbing down?
Make an investigation check. It's not really loosened, though. That said, it's going to be a little bit iffy as to whether or not you'll make it down okay. It could use a bit of a retighten, but that's going to be another survival.
All right.
Okay, you retighten it, you get it in order. You think, yeah, this is going to be a lot more stable. In fact, you think this may be stable enough for you to get back up again after you're done.
That's good. All right.
Nice. You know, Scrape, all you need to do is just imagine that drugs are on the other side of anything difficult you have to do.
I'm gonna, now that they're not around to watch, I'm gonna take a little bit of worm scrape out and I'm just gonna top myself off with it.
Degenerate.
All right. I'll climb down now.
Oh yes, the veteran is judging you.
Yeah. He's not around to judge me. He can't.
Yeah, but I assume.
Now I'm gonna climb. I'm gonna
It
climb
sure
down.
is taking a while up there. I wonder what he's doing. Welcome to the ledge. Don't fall off.
Do I make it?
Yes, you make it down, and the three of you have descended from the cityscape of which you're so familiar down into the depths. The ledge goes on for a short time. The two humans in the group, you can't see down here. It is pitch black.
Well, get out a torch,
the
I
problem.
guess.
I will guide you with my words as well.
I've brought a torch. Just don't worry about me. Let me just splash some liquor on here to get it lighting faster. There we go.
You know, I could
I
sell
will-
you something. I have a really nice magical lighter that stays lit for a long time.
A lighter, huh?
It's like a match, but it's magical. It's
Lighters,
you don't
lighters are a little anachronistic.
you don't. It was I misspoke. You know, I call things the wrong word. It's okay. I see you don't want to go through with the sale.
I brought 10 torches and 10 rations. When I light a torch, I eat a ration. That way I know how many torches and rations I have. I only have to count one of them, and I'll know for both.
That's
It's too bad. It's too bad that you didn't go halfling, because then you could have the several meals a day that halflings
Oh
do.
yeah, totally. Well, I guess I'm gonna eat a ration and hold up a torch.
I don't know. Most of the time, I don't really need to eat.
Yeah, totally. At least just like a third as much, maybe.
So Violka and Winston guide the way. Winston merrily munching on some of his packed rations.
I'm gonna have my rapier at the ready.
Nice.
Each of you make a perception check.
I can't quite make it out.
Uh,
What's that there?
We'll see. whenever you perceive.
Now that I am out of, I was trying to cover my horns, but now that we're inside, I will take it off.
Winston, you tried to persuade the universe
Oops.
to tell you its secrets. Unfortunately, it's not answering right now.
I'm gonna stick with that roll. Persuasion. Come on now.
What is your what is your perception modifier?
It is 0. But I don't mind if he was. I mean,
So
he's a little,
I'll use the same.
tipsy.
I'll use the same roll, so
I
it'll be
don't
a 16 instead of a 17. So after talking with the universe around you in order to give you the information, it indeed tells you that you hear voices in the distance. You can't exactly make out any of the words that are being said. In fact, they don't even sound really like a language that any of you have ever heard. But you hear them whispering ahead of you.
So there is no. Oh, go on.
There's whispering in the wind.
Scrape, you do hear whispering, but you don't think of it as anything unusual because you're used to hearing things now.
Yeah. I hear the whispering also, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay, and it's not something that's discernible for me. Like even if I did, like I'm trying to find out if I can use comprehend languages on it if I wanted to.
You could certainly try. You would have to cast it first, though.
Yes. Okay. I think I'll wait. I think I'll wait until we see if it get closer to it.
All right, fair enough. So you're approaching the whispers.
We're getting closer to the whispers. I say, everyone, I could find out what they are saying if we think it's important enough. Do you think I should find out?
How are you going to do that? You're going to ask them?
Well, I have some tricks up my sleeve. I have some magical, ways of figuring out what they're saying.
I don't know anything about that.
What do you think, Scrape? Do you want to know what they're saying?
I think we should.
All right. Yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't know if I have to roll for this.
You don't have to roll for it. You just have to
Spell
note that you note the spell slot and then you've used it.
Got it.
So you take out your instrument and you pluck a little bit at the strings. And as you do, this resonance comes from it that seems to mingle with the sound of the whispers and change it into something that you can discern. And you hear whispers, I sense something. Something comes for us. It comes from afar. We must warn the master.
I tell everyone, and I repeat it back to them in as creepy of a voice as I can, just like he said it. Oh, this reminds me of one time when I didn't pay someone back and they were coming for me.
Just as a note, as for the actual language, it was deep speech.
Nice.
Yuck. Well, if they know we're coming, then we'd best get on with it.
That's true. Well, even though they know we're coming, they don't necessarily know exactly where we are.
Well, they will soon enough. Come now. It's time for a fight.
All right, let's go in. I am hoping to avoid a fight, maybe.
All
I'll
right,
go
well,
and,
I
let's
prefer
do
a
it.
slaughter. I prefer straight up slaughter.
Just so you know, comprehend languages will be going for an hour. So that means any other whispers that you hear, will be
That's amazing.
understood through Veilka.
Great.
And it's not concentration either, so you are able to concentrate on other spells while this is active.
That's awesome because I felt like maybe it was kind of shitty that I used it, but I was too curious.
Yeah, well, the comprehend language is a very useful spell.
Yeah.
So we're gonna push on.
Yes. You chase down the whispers and one slight scene transition. There we go.
Ooh.
And you come across what looks like almost a whole section of the city underground.
Wow.
There with lights in the windows, as if something is still living here. But yet, from the distance that you are looking into these lit places, you don't see anyone crossing the windows. You don't see anyone inside these buildings.
Ugh. I bet it's the Tommy boys.
Has there been any like rumors of people living down here? Like, is this like
Yeah,
crazy
good question.
that we're seeing this? Am I like shocked?
No
Yeah.
one has been coming down here as far as anyone knows. I mean, for a start, it's so difficult to get to.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, my word, I can hardly believe my eyes. There seems to be some sort of city down here, some sort of dwellers in the deep.
I mean, it's actually pretty lovely. I mean, I thought it would be all stench and horror down here, but I mean, they have their lights on. Maybe they will buy some of my wares.
Wonder if any of the deserters during the war came down here.
What?
Deserters during the war. I wonder
Oh.
if they came down here to hide out.
Well, there could be any number of them. Get
Oh.
ready yourselves for anything, my friends.
I say we go try and eavesdrop upon them.
Splendid.
Can I try to hide? And
Sure. Roll me a stealth check.
Oh my.
Oh no. Oh
You
no.
That's a shame.
you realize that you're starting to come down off of your high, and you get a little clumsy, tripping over rocks, knocking things out of the way. That is a double nat 1, by the way. That's impressive.
Yeah.
There's a certain dwarf character in one of my campaigns that can feel your pain on that one.
You know, I can. I
really
could
don't
do something to draw them out if we wanted. I can manifest a minor wonder. I could turn out all of their lights, and maybe they would come outside poking around. I don't know if that's what we want, but I'm just saying we should investigate a little more first.
So how are you going to be approaching the town? What's your mode of action here?
What are you doing, Winston?
I thought you were gonna sneak up and listen to them.
That's what I want to do, but I didn't know if you were going to foil that
I was gonna try to sneak up and listen, but
with your death.
Yeah, but we said
But-
maybe perhaps you should sit this one out, Scrape. Maybe drink some water.
You need a little bit of your dose. You need to re-up on your supply. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go kind of like stealthily try and investigate closer and see if I can hear voices in there.
All right, make a stealth check first of all to see if you're quiet enough.
Okay. I had to get off of my spell sheet. Stealth. There we are.
A 10. We'll see about that.
It's not a 1.
All right, so I sneak. I try to not be as extravagant. I put a robe on.
But unfortunately, suppressing your extravagance is a little bit difficult for you.
Right.
It's true. It is. I was cursed with these theatrics.
I'll keep an eye on
So-
Scrape in the meantime.
So, despite the difficult approach, you do manage to approach, and it doesn't appear that anyone has heard you, or at least they're not reacting to you.
This reminds me of a town called Innsmouth I went to one time.
Hmm.
Just saying.
Did it have hybrid fish people?
Yes, it did. It was a very strange place. Yeah, okay, so nobody, it's very strange that no one is walking past the windows or anything, and I don't hear any voices, you say?
Oh, you still hear the whispers, but
the
they seem
whispers,
to
right.
almost be sourceless.
Sourceless. I like the way you say sourceless because it sounds like sauceless. Because you're British.
Yeah, sure.
It's a compliment, all right?
I will take the compliment.
Okay. All right. Well, I come back to the crew and well, I don't know. I kind of want to like motion to them. I want to try to communicate with them that no one's talking and maybe we should just
I'm
sneak
just
in.
gonna walk over at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah. I call them over
enough
to me.
of the
Yeah,
sneaking. What we
Yeah.
need to do is
I agree.
go into the house and see if there's a kitchen. They may have rations available for us.
Yeah.
And then you need another torch.
They may also have torches.
I may never take a ration unless there is a torch beside it.
It throws off the whole system.
It would be very bad. All right.
Not
Yeah.
that they have any ale or wine left behind. Might have been aging now for
Yeah, so we look for the kitchen.
15 years.
Well, as you're approaching the house, you see something begin to materialize in front of the door.
I punch it.
Oh no.
Make an attack roll.
All right. Now you'll see. Yeah.
You men
Ah!
always want to punch everything.
You miss spectacularly
It was a
Drunk-
ghost.
as you punch the door, and the thing that materializes, you see this claw reaching out of the ground, which comes for you, Winston,
goodness.
since you are the closest.
I try to grab for him if that's possible to
Well, let's see what it
so he can
does.
hold on to me. Okay.
Well, it's going to make an attack roll against you.
Well, we can try.
What's your AC?
13.
In that case, that will be a hit.
Oh, goodness.
Dear.
And you will take 6 points of slashing damage.
I've been slashed.
Oh no.
I
And
pour
you-
alcohol on the wound.
Make a medicine check. Actually, I want to see. You stop the bleeding, but you don't recover any hit points.
Oh, okay. It's just
Because we
it's
don't
just,
really
you
have.
know.
This is not a party with healing besides my cure wounds.
Yeah, I'm just. You thought quickly there, so I'm rewarding you for your
Yeah.
thinking.
That's
I can't have
great.
any of that deep bacteria on me.
Yeah, and the whispers start to build up louder and louder. It's still in deep speech, so
What are they
so Vyoka,
saying?
you're the only one that can understand them, and
They're speaking to me.
you hear fools. You
Fuck
come
you.
here to desecrate our sanctity. This
I'm
is
gonna-
our land. What business have you here?
What are they saying? Are they speaking to us?
You don't even want to know. Oh, they are dissing us in a harsh, harsh way. They called us fools and they said that we are here to desecrate their sanctity. And I tell you what, I am going to desecrate them. I am going to spit on their face and I am going to do all manner of unladylike things
But
to them.
ask them though. Ask them where the kitchen is first.
They said, "What business have you here?"
Just tell them we are
We
weary
are hungry.
travelers.
I
Oh,
know.
voices. We are
They're-
weary travelers in
Th-
need of refreshment. We mean no harm to you.
Winston, I will find
Do
you
you
a
think
sausage.
they believe me?
Make a
Uh,
deception check, Winston.
It's partially true.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of true from him because he's kind of.
Um,
He's a
well,
sweet boy.
I mean, hold on a second. I'm actually going to have to roll an insight against that. Well, you hear a response of, "Be that as it may, you will find no respite here."
Listen, just tell them the truth. Tell them we're here to plunder all of their artifacts.
Did they respond to me? What
Just
did they
because-
say?
Just because, look. They said that be that as it may, you will not find respite here. All right.
Those bastards.
Look. Okay, we do not want them. Deep speech whisperers, do not listen to Scrape here. He is a drug addict. He just wants to plunder. Yes, we are very weary. Oh, I am going to faint. I am so weary.
Make a deception check of your own.
Oh, my stars, I am
I'm
a
gonna find
damsel
anything
in
valuable. in
distress.
Actually, okay, I'm going to give you a choice here. You can either do deception or you can do performance, since you are putting a bit of a performance on with this.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I am the same in both, so I guess I will.
Mm-mm.
Oof.
It was a little too soap opera,
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
but it was average. Come on, you've seen worse.
The claw reaches out again. Winston, have you actually moved back, or?
I think I was probably
still right-
talking to the claw. when
Ah,
I was
okay.
talking.
So it's going to reach out again and try to slash at you a second time. Unfortunately, for it, it misses.
Ugh,
Good.
come now. I've already said we're only looking for food and what? Ugh.
I'm
Is
gonna attack this claw with my rapier.
All right, roll an attack roll.
Stab it, Scrape.
I've had enough of this.
Stab it like it's taking. Stab it like it's a hand taking your stash away.
To Winston, yeah.
Say it again.
Are you adjacent to it? Winston?
Apparently.
It has quite a bit of reach. Oh, that is definitely a hit. Roll damage.
Stabby doo wah. Oh.
Wow, Scrape.
So the sneak attack damage would apply. So
Is it?
how do you kill this hand? How do you want to do this?
I'm just gonna put the rapier right through the center of it and just cut it, like pull it out so it slices it in half.
That's what I
All right.
call a palm reading.
And so you do. You cut through this fiendish hand as it splits apart.
I was talking to
Uh,
that.
Yeah. Well, now there's two of them to talk to. so-
Winston, it was not the hand that feeds, okay? You don't have
Does the
to.
whisper stop? Do you still hear?
No, the
them?
whispers have not stopped, and in fact, you hear, "You dare defy us," and you all start to hear a rumbling in the ground.
Oh no.
It's just my stomach. Don't worry
This-
about it.
They said we have defied them.
I'm gonna do a
Hey.
little worm scrape.
I don't.
thing.
Oh yes, do that. I feel as though I am. I don't like that they touched us inappropriately with that hand.
They slashed me. Right on the leg. See?
As
Oh.
you hear, As the rumbling is going, by the way, you see in the distance. Well, specifically, Valka, you would see first because you have the longest vision in the dark. A horde of just what look like mangled creatures that seem to be running for you.
Is that a horde?
Oh,
Of
it's a
something?
horde.
They
A horde
they
of mangled creatures.
vastly outnumber you and seem to be coming from both sides.
Oh goodness.
It is a horde of mangled creatures that vastly outnumbers us.
Oh, I suppose we
better
could
go.
go inside now.
Yes, let's go inside one of these houses.
That said, the door appears to be stuck.
High ground. Let's climb up a house. I want to climb up on top of it.
Is
I'm
there
gonna try to kick the door open.
You could attempt to get the door open if you want. It would be a strength check or an attack roll with a blunt weapon.
Rapier
Which-
wouldn't work.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really
Oh.
slash a door open.
Oh, right.
That's a save, but you know.
Nat,
And I mean, it'll count. So Scrape, you as the things start to come into view because they cross the torchlight, you panic immediately. Like you've seen this before. You've seen it in war, and you know you can't win this fight. You run and you just shoulder the door down.
Go scrape.
Oh, we're
perhaps-
hightailing it then?
Perhaps
Yes.
enhanced by the drugs.
Yeah.
And ahead of you in this building, you see two pathways. One that leads directly onwards, and another one that leads down into what appears to be some kind of basement.
Let's go down. Let's go down. Whenever there are zombies, you should always go down.
Fine. There may be a larder down there.
Yes. Not that you need
Pickled
much more
herrings.
lard. I don't think you need to add any lard.
get
Winston.
down there with your torch, Winston. I can't see it.
Yes, of course. I continue.
You make your way in, and you hear behind you, and you're starting to see them as they're coming more and more into the torchlight. They look almost like a collection of limbs were just like slapped together and sewn together from various different creatures, monsters, and animals.
It's very
Is there
upsetting.
anything we can we close the cellar door?
Yeah, it does have a lock on it. Being a rogue, you should have thieves' tools.
Yes, I'm gonna.
If you want to lock the door, it'll be a thieves' tools check.
All right. Lock it up.
All right, you lock that up
Yeah.
tight, and you hear on the other side scraping and slamming and banging as some of the creatures are caught up to you and are trying to make their way through the door, but aren't having much success.
They aren't.
Got-
They aren't having much success.
You don't know how much time you have until they do break through, but you've bought yourself some time.
Alright, let's look around the room.
Okay.
That won't hold
Okay.
forever.
Exits.
Yes.
Pickled herring.
I am going to think about the tricks up my
I'd
sleeve.
like to check the room out and see if there's any other way out or
Yeah.
what our options are now.
Yeah.
Well, in the actually with that perception check, as you're in this basement, you actually see that there is a section of wall that seems to be a little bit like off-colored with the brickwork as compared to everything else.
Oh, well, let us go to that.
Hey guys, I will be right back.
Is there any like boxes or barrels or anything?
There are a few, yeah.
What's in them?
Larder.
You roll me an investigation check. Actually, see how much you can sift through. All those nat 20s on the freaking side rolls.
Alright.
The D&D gods are almost blessing you tonight if you had had advantage.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you sift through them. You find food. Unfortunately, it's old and rotted.
Ugh. This won't do at all.
It doesn't seem to have been very well preserved.
All right, I'm gonna. So did he point out this door?
Yeah, of course he did.
Carlos is AFK at the moment, so
Yeah, but he would. I mean, come on, we can't hold up the game.
Yeah. Okay. So we got to try and figure out how to open this thing.
Okay. Well.
Are there any loose
Oh,
bricks or something you can press?
I can do thaumaturgy on it and instantaneously cause oh, well, it has to be an unlocked door or window to fly open. It opens a door or window, but I don't know if this would.
Unfortunately, this seems to be locked by some kind of mechanism.
Okay.
Well, let's find it.
Yeah.
also going to-
Let's investigate it. I feel like it might be trapped, but I want to check it out a little more.
All right. Well, that would be investigation.
Okay. I think I did it. Okay.
You gonna have a look at it as well, Winston?
I'm gonna get ready for when these things come in through this door.
Okay, so you prepare your fists and stand your ground in the. Have you seen the overly manly man meme?
Yeah, I mean that's what
He's standing there
like
with
a
a like
version of that.
Yeah, boxer stance.
Oh yeah, he's that's his whole deal. He's like a boxer, and he's also gonna chuck a bottle of booze onto the ground in front of the door.
I want to say
burning.
that
Mhm.
I want to say that Winston and I have we met because I sold him something bad, but then made up for it, and we have adventured together before.
That would make sense. So,
Okay.
Vielka, could you roll me a d6, please?
Oh, the devil's number, my lucky number.
Hey.
And
maybe.
that actually brings
Maybe.
your investigation check. That actually brings your investigation check up to an 18 as your Chichi bird friend
Oh,
sings
forgot
to
about
you
the
to.
Chichi bird.
I was about to
It-
talk about them too. Good.
It sings to you and gives you a bardic inspiration.
Oh, Chichi bird. That's great.
There's more to that Chichi bird than meets the eye. I've always said so.
He's a fine, fine bird.
Um,
Yeah, I gotta
with-
remember to use my bird inspiration.
With an 18 in investigation, looking over the section of wall, you find a couple of loose bricks that you push inwards, and you see the wall set in and then split apart, leading to a short corridor, which then leads into like another room.
Wall set and then
Oh,
split apart.
Let us adjourn to the next area, shall we?
All right, Winston, take my hand.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pull out a second torch, and of course another ration, and I'm gonna drop the first one onto that booze.
Onto it?
Yeah, so that it will burn.
Oh, I see.
So when they come through, at least they'll have something to deal with.
I am going to be extravagant again because if I die, I want to die myself. I want to go my own way.
All right. So, I will say for the sake of keeping things, timely, Scrape will go along with you.
Yeah.
And
of course.
the room that you go into next, the wall shuts behind you actually as you head in, and you see a room where the stone of the floor changes from like the sort of the darkish stone that you've been seeing in the abyss so far to flagstone, with torches that seem to still be burning on the walls, and ahead of you is what looks like some kind of like pool, surrounded with skulls and filled with a thick reddish liquid.
Oh, I know what this is. My ex-boyfriend was into this. The Tomsky, these boys, they love to do, they do very dirty things in this water, and then they spill their blood, and they get really
I'm going to take a look
freaky.
at this.
With the skulls, it's not something good.
You should be able to have control of your character tokens.
Yeah. I'm gonna sniff at the water or the liquid.
Make a oh, what sort of check would this be? I would say make a survival check
Ugh.
to try and identify it.
This has Tom's. Oh,
Mm.
Well, it's something. It definitely has a pungent smell to it. It's unpleasant to say the least, but you can't really identify what it is.
Mm.
Winston, shall I detect magic in this room? Should I see if this is magical?
Magic? No, I never touch the stuff.
Oh, yes, I forget. You are useless when it comes to this. Let me see if I want to. So all that's in here are torches, this pool, and what else?
And there's the skulls at the base of the pool, and then there's two doors, one there and one over there.
So if I detect magic, it can only be for one room.
Well, detect magic stays on for 10 minutes.
Okay, great. Well then, I will do it.
Can I take one of those torches off the wall and throw it into the pool?
Capital idea, old bean.
Sure, go
Okay.
for it.
All right, I do
Oh,
it.
the beam.
So you take one of the torches, which are you still casting detect magic, by the way, Violka?
Not until after he does this. I mean, I actually would tell him maybe you should wait until I find out. I
Oh,
mean, just
let's see if this stuff is flammable.
Yes, yes.
uh,
Always
let
good
me
to know.
let me just do it.
Okay, so you cast detect magic. Your eyes change color as they are opened to the sights of magical energies around you, and you see that the torches do seem to light up, as does the pool.
They're all lighting.
Infinite torches, eh? I'll swap my torch for one of these ever-burning torches.
So it doesn't tell me what school of magic it is?
I'm trying to think like what the school of magic would actually be.
Oh, I see.
For the torches, I would say evocation, and for the pool, necromancy.
Oh, goodness.
Anything happen when I throw one of those torches into the pool?
Whenever you do, it catches a light and spreads across, and you see the flames reaching higher and higher in the room. You start hearing screams coming from
Cool.
within, as like bits of the flames split off and go into the little skulls that you see around the pool.
Oh, okay. I have a theory. Wait. Okay. Did Cridium that night he sent that evil Faraloth back into the abyss. Perhaps this pool is the type of pool that brings a person back who is dead. Maybe you throw a corpse in and it comes back, but bad.
I toss one of the skulls into the pool.
Yes, we might fight it, but oh well. I could go for a fight.
All right, you throw it in,
Yeah.
and something comes out of it. You see the skull becomes wreathed in green flame.
Oh god.
Hmm.
That is
Strange.
not good.
Never seen it done that before.
And this pops into the room.
Oh,
If I die,
want to fight us?
dump my corpse into the pool, and I'll come back and I'll fight to help you. I promise.
Everyone roll initiative.
I don't know if your mind will still be
No,
there.
I have a very strong
Give
mind.
it life, and this is how it repays us. This is.
I know, right?
Oh, I forgot to highlight my token. I am a bad.
It's okay. I know how to add turns.
Run,
Fine.
Chi-Chi bird.
Save yourself. You are so
Uh,
handsome, and your mohawk so nice.
The Chi-Chi bird is a brave bird. It will
It's so
stay
cute.
with you until the end.
I've
Oh,
never punched a
Chi-Chi.
flaming skull in the face before, but today's the day.
Well, Winston, you've been talking about your bucket list. This is perfect.
Put up your fists and fight me.
Are you sure you didn't select your token? Because you're on the initiative order list.
Hey.
Oh, good. I guess I'm getting better.
The creature's jaw like separates far from its from like the rest of the skull, and you see this like burst of fire just explode out of it. Violka, actually, just all three of you, please make me dexterity saving throws.
Oh dear.
You'll never hit me. I'm far too quick.
You should tell that. You should tell that skull. Put up your frontal bone. Your occipital
Put down-
bone.
Drop your magic and fight me like a man.
Dexterity.
It doesn't have any arms.
Thought I pressed it.
Well, that's hardly my fault.
Okay, so Violka, you are a tiefling, so you have resistance to fire. So you'll only take
Right.
three. You'll only take 3 damage. The other two of you, however, Winston, you did succeed. So you do.
A backflip.
You do take 5.
Oh, okay. I'm going to
Scrape, on
take
the other
5.
hand,
I will heal you, my dear.
Scrape, on the other hand, you take 9 points of fire
Oh.
damage.
Maybe I must heal Scrape.
Ouch.
Winston, how are you feeling?
I feel like I'm on fire. Am I on fire?
Are you at
you're-
50%, 75%?
You see, you still may be alive, Winston, but your prized hat is in flames.
Set my hat
Oh.
aflame. For this, I will destroy it.
I can sell you a new one or find you one just like it.
They don't make
Yeah.
them anymore, I'm afraid. I
This
took it
one-
off of an officer of the other side during that war I was in. The name of which
Violka.
escapes me.
It's your turn.
Oh, okay, to fight this green boy. Oh, I hate you, green boy. You think you are magical. You think you are scary. Well, I am going to insult you, and you are going to feel so played. Hold on.
Is this by any chance a vicious mockery?
Yes, you know what? You're green in more ways than one. You might be the color green, but also you are green because you seem like you're new at this, because you suck ass and you're dead to me. Literally.
1 point a second. We'll see if it makes a wisdom save. No, it does fail the wisdom save. You get the feeling that whoever the skull belonged to is feeling a bit bad about themselves.
A little bit.
Not extremely bad about themselves, but a little bit bad about themselves
Something.
at least.
There we go.
Violka, anything you're doing as a bonus action, or is that your turn?
Oh yes, I would like to do a bonus action. Can I cast Cure Wounds as a bonus action?
No, that's an action, I'm afraid.
Shit, I should have done that.
If you'd taken Healing Word, that would have been a
Don't
bonus
worry,
action.
this fight's going to be over before my turn is up.
Okay, well, God damn it. I just want to give Bardic Inspiration to, I guess, Scrape.
How do you inspire Scrape? What do you say to him?
I say, Scrape, you know, your eye patch, you're so handsome and you have such potential. We will get you off this worm, Scrape, at the end of this adventure, and you are going to be a leader or an artist like Salvador Dali.
Who doesn't exist in this universe, but
Right.
Not
That's
yet.
it's just a
despite
nice
that,
name. It's just a nice name, you know.
despite that, Scrape, you feel inspired. You may roll a d6 extra on any d20 roll that you do, which includes attack rolls, saving throws, and
Ability check.
ability checks. Thank you. So, Violka, that would bring an end to your turn. Winston, this thing has accosted you,
It's
and
time.
more importantly, your hat.
I demand that you cease your magic at once and fight me like a man. Any response?
It whispers to you, this time in common. You have stepped upon sacred soil.
Oh God.
This land is
Everything's
ours
sacred.
and the possession of our gods. You will leave now.
I'm afraid that
I-
you've set my hat aflame, and that's illegal. So you must be punished. Have at you.
This
I'm
land
gonna
is
punch
your
him.
land. This land
All
is
right,
my
here
land.
comes a flurry of blows. Even
Ah,
Ooh, a flurry. Nice.
strike one,
that
Yeah,
does
you better
hit.
get that. You better
Strike
get that
two.
extra.
and the
That
key
also
point
Use that
for
key
strike
point,
three.
baby. Yeah.
They all hit.
Let me get that.
I
There it is.
Roll
Strike.
damage on all three.
Ha!
Yes.
Crack, and another one, and here's for a third.
You kicked his ass, Seabass.
You see several smacks to the noggin, because there's nowhere else to hit, have cracked several pieces of the skull. It's holding on, but barely.
That's what happens when you
When you
stand
mess with-
against a soldier of my caliber. Let this be a lesson to you. He's bested. We should leave.
Yeah, I agree. Go on.
That's my turn.
dear
All right.
I use the bonus
So,
for the extra punch.
Scrape. You're in a bit of a scrape, what you could say.
I'm just gonna try to pierce it with the rapier.
All right, that's a hit. Roll
Rapier.
damage. All right, so Scrape, you're 2 for 2 on kills. How do you want to do this?
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna pierce through its little skull eye, and then I'll just slide the skull off of the rapier onto the floor.
Oh, and now it can be a decor on your
But I'll
rapier.
make sure not to drop it back into the pool.
All right, you drop it
No,
off to
no
the
one
side, and it is vanquished. Defeated as the monster.
I put my hat out. What's left? How much of the
Ugh.
hat remains?
You know what? Roll me a D100.
They're very fine. It made very well, but it's very old, so we'll see.
26% of the hat is left.
That's enough to wear.
I wish I knew a mending spell to help you.
It's fine. It's just the visor now.
It's really
Perhaps
just a
I should
yarmulke. It's
become
like
an
a
accountant.
yarmulke.
Well,
All right, well, let's go through one of these doors. Sorry, Scrape, what'd you say?
we gotta move.
Yes.
we've got
Did we
sick
linger?
and-
Come, Chi-Chi.
Sweet Chi-Chi, give me a kiss. Okay,
Squeeze the
uh,
doors.
Chi-Chi sits on your shoulder, Bielka, and gives you a couple of light pecks.
Oh, you know,
gonna-
most
I'm
people
gonna hold
judge
that
me
little-
for being an
Ornament
infernal
for Chi-Chi.
tiefling, but not baby Chi-Chi.
Say it again, Carlos.
I'm gonna hold out a little tiny bit of worm scrape for Chi-Chi.
No, not
I'm
my
gonna
do
hold
not.
out a little
I-
cap full of whiskey for Chi-Chi.
I will not accept this.
Everyone's trying to appease the bird.
I will not let Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi is the only one of us that is not filled with hedonism, debauchery, and vice. Let us keep him
For
pure.
now.
For
Me-
now. You know, if he's ruined at the end of it, okay.
Let's open
let's,
some doors, huh?
Yes. Which way are you gonna go?
Both ways.
That's
Don't you know you never split the party?
We'll both open the door at the same
Chi-Chi, you go left. The rest of us will go to the right. Let us know what you find. We're counting on you.
Chi-Chi flaps helplessly at the door, but unfortunately doesn't have thumbs to be able to open the handle.
I put
Oh,
a note on.
sweet Chi-Chi.
I wrote a note on his little foot that says, "I love you."
Please don't kill me. All right. Well, let's. I'll open this door, assuming that there is a door over there.
Yes, there's a door on
Yeah,
either
so-
side.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Which one did you want? Right?
Knock,
Yeah.
knock.
We'll do the special knock.
I'll check it for
You,
traps.
you knock at a knock and you get no response, but the door is not locked.
I'm gonna check the door for traps.
All right.
Roll an investigation.
Scrape. Your name is almost like Trap.
Oh,
You've really misconstrued it, maybe, but you do not find any traps on this door.
It's just as I suspected. We've already defeated the Guardian. Let us continue.
All right, I'll just step back.
All right.
I'll let him onward.
Open, kick, turn knobs, and
I
push
put
things.
Yes, let's go.
You open the door and it leads into another room that's pretty empty except for scattered remains of skeletons to the south side of the room.
Oh, okay.
Follow
well,
him.
I still want to look and see if they have anything on them.
I mean,
Letters, notes, or I don't know, just anything on the walls, perhaps.
there is something scraped onto the walls, and since you still have comprehend languages, you can still see what it says. It says, "My life is now but a page in the tome."
Weird. Any other doors in here?
That sounds like Ceridium may have said that. Well, it's in deep speech.
It is in deep speech.
Okay.
There's another door directly to the north of you.
So
Well, not to this side. I mean,
Let's go there.
Is it locked?
this one does appear to be, yes.
well, then I should break it down.
Use your tools.
Ugh.
Let's Scrape show off his skill. If he must have the flaw of being a drug addict, let him.
Yeah. And Scrape,
Cool.
don't forget you do have bardic inspiration still if you want to use it. At any point.
Add a d6. If you want, roll a d6.
Yeah, just make sure to declare when you're using it.
All right, I'm going to just pick the lock.
All right. Yep. You hear a satisfying clink sound as as the lock comes undone. You've practiced this before. You've had to steal to feed your habit at times.
Of course.
All right.
And inside you see a chest.
I rush inside.
Winston overtaking. Just move out of my way.
The door's open.
Inside.
I say, Chi, let's see what befalls them before we go and steal it.
Is the chest locked?
It does appear to be, yes. It has a padlock on it.
Step aside, Winston.
I bet this is filled with nothing, but that we have to try.
Let me
I searched the rest of the room.
let me see what I can do.
Winston, may I have some of that?
I'm gonna use that D6 as well.
All right, roll the d6.
It wouldn't be right for a lady to
What?
partake.
You know I am one of the boys. Come on.
It simply wouldn't be proper.
With that check, Scrape, you do
You're so
manage
old-fashioned.
to. You do just manage to get the lock open. You were fiddling with it a bit. It was almost didn't quite get there, but you did manage to get it open. And Scrape and Winston, make a dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh goodness.
You didn't check for traps.
There's no traps.
That is why I said I will stay back and see
How
what
long does
befalls
bardic
them.
inspiration last? Can I?
Once you've used it once, that's it. It's gone.
You didn't ever use it.
He did. Yeah, he did use it. He used it on the Thieves' Tools.
When did he use it?
I used
On the
it
Thieves'
to
Tools
unlock
check, there's a
the
D6 directly under it.
Oh, I thought he did really well on that.
So what kind of danger are we facing?
You rolled a
You are
6.
facing 7 points of force damage each as magic missiles fly out and smack into the two of you.
Why would you add bardic inspiration to a 16?
I'll be dead soon.
And not the 16, it's the 9 that he rolled underneath that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ugh, this calls for a drink.
This calls for potentially some healing.
Yes.
I don't have any of that.
I'm
Scrape
going to
appears to be very hard done by.
I can tell. He looks
I'm gonna
worse.
do some more worm scrape.
I'm going
You're-
to heal him.
Roll a medicine check on yourself, and
Yeah.
Violka,
Oh,
Roll your healing.
that's very
All
bad.
right.
What's in this chest, anyways? It was so important to trap it.
Pain was in there.
Sometimes they just like to cause pain.
That's
Yes.
nonsense. What kind of a people is this? Strange
Uh,
hands and floating skulls.
Inside you find a
You get
ruby.
9 points of healing.
Ah, that's more like it. A ruby.
It's a scrape. You get 9 HP
It's as
back.
big as his
That is
baby's
my
head.
That is my birthstone.
The ruby, Velka, the ruby is showing up as magical to you. This appears to be actually some kind of conjuration magic. Oh, actually, would it be conjuration? I need to double check on that.
Look, I am wearing it. Oh.
Yeah, yes, it would be conjuration. Okay.
If I hold it, do I feel anything special?
Nothing appears to be happening, though you do feel the hum of magic.
I rub it on my wounds.
Weird.
So
It doesn't appear to be healing them.
You
It's
said
not a
conjure-
healing ruby.
you said conjuration magic?
Yes.
Fiolka, what does this do?
Oh, I couldn't say.
If it's magic, it's not for me.
Makes me feel strange.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about it, right?
But in order to know exactly what it does, you would need identify. But so all I can give you is the school of magic.
Yeah.
I'll throw
It
in
is
the
some
back.
kind of conjuration magic. I don't know.
I open the door.
Can I use it somehow to?
Why don't we keep it with us, but get out of here?
But what would I have to roll to use it?
You wouldn't really have to roll. You would just have to find a situation in which case you think might be necessary.
So, time
seems
check.
like
We've
it's a
got just under
yeah.
40 minutes remaining.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's
I
get
open
out
the
of
door.
this room.
There's no
Okay,
time for traps checkings.
This one is unlocked, luckily, and it leads you into another chamber. This
Chi-Chi
time, as you
shakes
can
his
see,
Sorry.
this time you can see a demonic-looking head mounted on the south wall.
Square in the
Ugh.
face.
You're so hard.
I don't even flinch.
By the way,
Oh
just
my
as a note,
God.
you are coming to the end of this segment, so it's okay. Like I know that with the time check, we're
No,
all
sure.
right for time. Trust me.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw it out there so everyone's aware of it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
stare into the eyes of this thing. Perhaps it will hypnotize me.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
It's hypnotized me.
Winston, you are.
It's
You
making
see,
me
you-
eat my rations.
You're one of a kind.
That Winston, you just stare at it blankly.
I'm gonna attack it.
I'm eating my rations.
Does Winston appear more stupid to me?
He appears more vacant than usual.
I go up to him and I slap him.
I'm gonna try to.
Well, you'll need to move yourself into the next room,
What was
Val.
that,
Oh,
Scrape?
oh. Sorry.
Carlos is
Attack me.
talking. You're gonna attack me? Because then
Attack.
I'll fight you.
No, I'm attacking the head.
Okay,
Oh,
so well, it's a 20. It's an inanimate object, so a 22 will easily hit.
Do we know the magic of it?
I'm gonna try to desecrate it.
Stab it.
Um,
I'm gonna carve a funny mustache on it.
Nice.
the
Yours.
magic appears to be illusion magic. Roll the damage. You thrust your rapier right through the thing, and it does actually go right through the head and pierces something behind. It looks like an old heart that's mounted on the wall for some reason.
What?
But as you stab through this heart, you see Winston breaks out of his stupor.
Oh,
My God.
Oh, my dear Winston, I was about to slap you. I hug him.
I was just trying to paint a funny mustache and a penis on the head, but
High five.
I
Is
ate a ration without destroying a torch.
Ooh, wait.
It made me do this. Is it gone
You're
now?
numb.
You won the staring contest.
The thing is gone, yes, but it's baked into the map, so I can't actually get
Oh,
rid of
sure,
it
yeah, okay.
visually.
you know, when those whispers were talking to me, they said that we were fools and that we came here to desecrate their land. So I do like your idea, Scrape,
Well,
of
Good job
desecrating.
desecrating.
I'm gonna spit on.
Yeah,
I
I guess
spit
they
on the
were
ground.
pretty much right on the money because I'm just here to loot and desecrate.
Perfect. Yes, that
And
is why
you know,
we brought
some of us
you.
are fools.
So
Yeah,
there is a door
I am
directly to there is another door directly to the north of Winston.
Well, then we
There's
should open it.
I'll check.
though Winston, you're in a state of panic at the moment as you have indeed eaten one of your rations,
Yeah.
but there is still
No
a torch and an
Oh,
extra torch with
no.
you.
I'm gonna have to take some time to count
I'm
my
checking the
rations
door
and
for
my
traps.
torches.
Chi-Chi, go calm him down. Chi-Chi, me and Chi-Chi are going to do a duet where we calm him down.
Oh yeah.
Make a performance check with advantage.
Sing a
So
song.
you always roll twice anyway, but you'll just take the higher of the two
I
rolls.
have no idea how many rations and torches I have right now.
Me and Chi-Chi.
Winston, you are calmed. In fact, you're calmed enough that Chi-Chi helps you out by stealing one of your torches.
Oh, Chi-Chi, so sweet.
Chi-Chi, what would a man do without you? I shudder to think.
We play, we play kind of. I play an ambient tune with my
I'm gonna
violin, and
pocket
Chi-Chi
that extra-
sings a haunting
Yeah, yeah.
song.
I'm gonna try and talk to Chi-Chi and Gnomish because it's the only other language I know, and I don't know.
Worth a shot.
I picked it up during the war. Chi-Chi, you're a fine bird, but are you a gnomish bird, perhaps?
Chi-Chi tweets at you, confused.
Well, one day I'll
Is
meet a
the door-
gnome.
We
Do I
give him
do I
some food.
detect the door is clear of traps? Does it look okay?
With that investigation, yes, it does appear to be clear of traps.
All right. Then I'm going to open it.
It is locked.
Scrape, use your tools. Wham bam, thank you.
Quickly before Winston comes and breaks it down.
Yes, exactly. That was my thinking.
There you go.
He
So
likes to make a loud entrance.
you unlock the door and open it into a large chamber.
Oh,
Oh my.
this looks like a cult main safe house if I ever saw one.
Yeah, you know that
goodness.
pool of red. You know that pool of red liquid. There is now a river of the stuff running underneath two bridges.
This is of holy book proportions.
Some sort of necromantic thing.
The
This
music
is-
changed at just the right time, by the way. I didn't even
This-
control that. That was just perfect.
This looks like my ancestors' home.
This looks like my aunt's house.
And
Yes.
what you see ahead of you is you see like what looks like the skeleton of some kind of like draconic creature, but it doesn't appear to be actually a skeleton. It appears to be like a statue made of stone.
I'd like to walk towards it. How
Okay, wait.
can I get this far?
Yeah, you can just walk over the bridges, and as you approach, you see that in one of its eyes there is a ruby, but in the other one is missing.
Oh,
Ruby,
oh,
I'm gonna put the
yes.
ruby I got into its eye.
he
We
will
should
come to
definitely do
life.
that.
He will come to life, and maybe he will be good. I was actually thinking that
Here
we
we
could throw him
Hang
in the
on.
river of blood.
Don't they
and he would
serve
come to life.
like the god of Armageddon or something?
Yeah, I don't think we should do this yet. Hold on. Let
Do
me.
they look
I
like
think Scrape is already doing it.
Yeah, speak up a little bit, Carlos. Your volume's low.
Does it look like the same ruby that I
Paraloth. Oh,
It does look like the same ruby of yours,
Of course.
yes.
I'm gonna put the missing one into the other eye just to see what happens.
are you sure you want to fight Faraloth, the aspect of Armageddon?
I don't know. I'm just checking to see if it fits in the
I'm
hole.
gonna climb on the back of the thing just in
I'm
case
gonna-
it wakes up.
I am gonna physically try to prevent him from doing it.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
over
so
here.
that means that we're going to have a roll off, which in order to restrain someone, that is going to be athletic rolls from both
Oh,
Scrape
shit.
and Vialka.
I'm
I'm
fucked.
gonna place a bet.
Oh man, I can't
10
place a bet.
10
Now you'll place a bet.
10
Oh.
coins on Scrape placing the
10.
eye into the thing.
Oh,
And
there we go.
Yes, I'm afraid Scrape was one out on that one
My
as he
dubstep.
as he shakes your hand off and pushes the ruby into the other eye.
Let's just do it and see what happens.
But you must look around before you make a rash decision, like summoning
Alright,
the
I put
then
aspect
it
of
wouldn't be a
Armageddon.
rash decision, then, would it?
Exactly.
The
I hope you get the rash in a pox.
the rubies begin to glow
Yes.
as you hear a low, quite menacing voice.
You have brought back to me that which was lost.
You're
For
welcome.
that, I thank you.
Oh,
Scrape was your name.
We also
very polite.
know as much.
That's what they call me. My name is Zeiss.
I offer you something.
drugs.
Yes. What is it?
I offer you something more fulfilling than your petty substances.
Ooh, this would
A
be.
power which will fuel you for an eternity.
That sounds incredible.
He's gonna kill you and make you undead.
All I need in exchange is a sacrifice. One of your companions will do.
Well,
Oh, well, I hope you know how it feels when you kill an infernal being. It is not going to be good
you know
for
what?
you. What
Yeah,
is your
Winston's
alignment?
already kind of hurt. I don't think he's gonna make it. Sorry, Winston. I think it's time.
So it's come to this. Put up your fists.
Oh, wait. You know what? How about Chi-Chi? I'm gonna snatch the bird out of the air.
You're gonna have to make another athletics check on that one because the bird is gonna try and dodge you.
My Chi-Chi.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Good luck,
baby
Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi.
Hold on, I'm actually gonna roll an actual d20 for this.
I want to try and save Chi-Chi.
Scrape, you catch the bird out of the air, but you hear,
Do not try to insult me. Something more substantial than a mere animal.
Run, Chi-Chi.
How dare you speak of Chi-Chi in such a way?
Sorry, Winston. I tried.
Whatever
I'm
saves
gonna
Chi-Chi's
draw
life.
my crossbow and try to kill Winston.
I am going to do something to
I'm gonna
prevent
attack
it.
Winston.
I am stopping it. I know what he's
Um,
trying to do, so I should be able to have some sort of
okay, so
unless Winston wants to
Should
die.
probably all roll initiative, huh?
yeah, I was gonna say all of you re-roll your initiatives, and then we'll go in order. Velka, you might want to move yourself forward again,
Okay.
just so that you're actually in the action here.
Yeah,
There we go. Now put yourself next to Scrape because you're trying to stop him.
true that.
We always knew it was gonna come to this event.
Since the day we met.
I did not know. I did not know.
Yeah, I pretty much planned on taking all the loot I found in here anyways and killing you guys, but
Well, I thought you were shady, Scrape, but I had ventured with Winston before. I cannot let this happen.
All right, so Velka, it's your turn.
Stay out of this, Violka. I'll handle it.
Violka, side with me. Let's bring it back.
We'll settle this like men.
I am on the side of Chi-Chi, and I refuse to do this, but I'm going to give Winston bardic inspiration.
I could offer you much, Violka. I could offer you a permanent home. Something you sorely lack. I could also offer you
I
a
did
link
not-
to your ancestry.
I don't want to live in this shithole. I've gotten used to running around. I don't trust your offers. Your voice is quite scary. It reminds me of my great grandfather.
point.
I don't think so. I'm going to give Winston Bardic Inspiration, but I appreciate
I
the
don't
offer.
need it.
You're very polite. Can I ask your name, Draconic Man?
Hold on.
Me, I was given no name. I
Oh,
simply am as I am.
can I name you Draco? Do you like that?
If you would accept my deal, I would accept your name of me.
Oh, well, that is sweet, but I am wary of deals with strangers, so, because I know I like to screw people over. So, Winston, you get the Bardic Inspiration, and I also am going to heal Winston.
Oh, see that I would take. But no, it's not necessary. I'm
Shut
more
up.
than capable of handling a whippersnapper
You
like
are
this.
You are still inspired, Winston. Though you don't have to use it. You can choose not to do so.
Winston doesn't believe in magic, so
Get 9
I do feel much healthier all of a
hit
sudden.
points.
So yeah, you are healed 9 HP.
Well, you healed him 9 as well, so we might as well go for it. All right then. This one is
Winston, it's your turn.
for me. So
I go by Chi-Chi.
here we go. There's a swing.
Since Violka has moved away from you, Scrape, if Violka is considered your enemy, you can take an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Oh. Then yes.
Yes.
Sure.
That would be your reaction, not your main action. So you still
Well, I
get to
was
take your
not
turn as
going to
normal.
attack you, but now I certainly will.
You're not gonna attack me?
No.
I did say if you wish. You
I
can
said
hold the
stay
attack
out
action
of
to-
it.
I was
This is
trying
between me
trying
and
to stay
Scrape.
out of it, and even
All
the
right, then I won't
stings a bit.
attack you then if you're staying out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, one strike, 2 strikes, and 3 strikes.
Wow.
Ooh.
You're gonna kill me.
There's a crit in there. All 3 of those hit. I think Scrape may be down.
How do you feel now?
Oh my
So
god.
that's
face.
17. That's a total
23.
of 22 damage.
Oh shit.
That's more hit points
Oh
than
yeah,
I
22.
have. Because my dying breath, I'm gonna offer my own life as a
I'm not
sacrifice.
killing you.
Oh.
This isn't a killing blow. This is just I'm just beating you up.
Well, okay, Scrape, what's your maximum HP? It's 18. That wouldn't put you down to negative 18, so it wouldn't be an insta kill. But that said, as you are going down, you do say that you did offer your own life to the.
Yeah, if I'm going down, then I'm taking you with me, Winston. I'm gonna like take my rapier on the way down and just plunge it into myself.
Is it?
Thank you. You
Oh,
will be born again on the shores of the Angelus with all the power you deserve.
Draco,
So
are
he
you
was
friends
his
with
own
the Tom's
sacrifice.
Key?
Oh my god.
The
Are you-
Tomes Key are nothing but rats to me.
Oh. Well, do they like you?
You see the statue begin to move and shift as it starts to snap chain
Okay,
after
I'm
chain.
climbing on his back.
Yes, I guess I would like to too.
It wouldn't be enough time for both of you to do so.
Okay, go ahead, Winston.
I am swift.
You are a
It
pilot.
reaches down, picks up Scrape in its jaws, and just swallows him. And despite being skeletal, you don't see him go down. You see you see
Wow.
him disappear and then reform in almost like a ghostly visage.
Come
Okay.
back for more, have you?
With full HP again. Scrape, you're back in the fight, except this time on the dragon side.
Step forward and I'll give you another going over with my fists.
So Scrape, I mean, I guess we probably wouldn't know, but he's certainly not what he was, right?
No, he seems almost like ethereal in his image.
Yeah.
Do I
Okay.
have both
Um,
now?
Huh?
Did I grow my eye back, or do I still have a missing eye?
No, you do see a Scrape like reach up and take off his eye patch as his eye is fully regrown.
Nice.
Oh, this is
You have
great.
depth perception again.
I haven't felt this good in ages.
Now you
You
can't
feel-
do worm. I bet you can't do worm scrape now either.
You feel young again, Scrape.
I don't even care about the worm scrape.
That's right. You probably don't.
For some reason, I really want to kill you guys.
So nothing has changed.
Yeah, exactly. You're neutral evil as always.
All right,
I've-
so Veolka, you're up first as this double cross has happened, this betrayal.
A2 scrape. A2.
Listen, I was always planning on betraying you guys. Just now I have,
Now you have a good reason.
something to look forward to.
I've beaten you before, and I'll do it again.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what my hellish rebuke spell does. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do hellish rebuke upon Scrape.
You have to be hit first in order to hellish rebuke.
Oh, that's a reaction thing. Okay. Shit. Hold on.
Yeah,
Fairy
fairy fire on the big boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna do fairy fire on him.
Could you draw out the
Use
20 by
my-
20 that because just in case you end up catching Winston or
Oh, sure. Okay.
there is a drawing
Oh,
tool, so
Yeah, I got the tool. I'm just trying to see exactly what like shape. It just needs to be a square.
yes, a 20 by 20 square.
That I guess. Is to keep
That's
Winston
20 by
out of it.
10.
Oh, well, shit. I mean, there's no way to not get Winston in it, is there?
I mean, there
yeah,
is.
Definitely.
Okay.
Could move it
Oh,
off
I
to
just
the
have to move it all
side.
to the left. Okay. How do?
There
God
you
damn
go.
it.
I mean, that would catch Bird. If you do it one more to if you
I'll
if
do
you
it
do
to
it
the
one more
right.
to the left, there you go. All right, so Scrape, make a dexterity
Yeah,
saving
that way
throw.
I can get it on scrape and it can only be one creature, I guess. So yeah.
No, it's every. You go.
What's
read the
your-
spell.
What's your spell save DC, Velka?
Let's see, 13.
So Scrape does make the save. Both of them do actually. Your fairy fire basically fails as both of them just
With your eye
definitely-
patch, maniacal
it-
laughter.
They deftly dodge out of the way of the descending fairy fire.
Oh no.
You might as well dismiss it then.
Could have stayed out of this.
Yeah.
deal. There's still time for you to run away.
I was fucking dealing with the dragon, and I won't be threatened.
Right. Well, is it time? I'm ready.
Is that going to be the end of your turn, Velka, or are you going to be doing something as a bonus action?
No, I guess I'm gonna try and do a bonus action. Can any of my cantrips be a bonus action, or only bardic inspiration?
Only bardic inspiration or any spells, but I don't think you have any bonus action spells. So yeah, it's just your bardic inspiration, and you've already inspired Winston,
Uh,
and you can't really inspire yourself.
Okay. What about using cutting words to?
That's a reaction.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess I'm done.
You could move.
Yeah, movement is something you can do. I mean, they wouldn't take a bonus action, but
Whoops.
so it is something you can do.
Yeah, I guess I'll just come over here.
Hey, is Chi-Chi still addicted to worm scrape?
We never allowed him to have it in the first place.
I always
That's
gave
true.
Chi-Chi
He was on my shoulder when
I
you
know.
tried to
apologize.
offer it to him.
No, he had talked about it.
Oh. I thought we agreed we were going to keep him pure.
That was. No, I don't think so.
All right,
Wrong.
it's the dragon's turn. Winston, make a strength saving throw as it's going to try and throw you off of its back.
I see. We'll see about that, won't we? Ah!
You get thrown off its back.
Oh.
As you get thrown like over here, and it's going to move upwards a little bit. It's going to open its jaws, and I will need the two of you to make Constitution saves.
Mm-hmm.
No.
How's that? I have quite a constitution from the war, you know.
Violka, Constitution save, please.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was part of that. I guess I should have.
You're both in its path because it's got a cone attack. As this rolling black fog just emanates from its mouth. Let's see. Winston, you take 12 points of necrotic damage. Violka, you take 6.
I've had worse. Not to worry, I'll finish this in one go.
All right, Winston, is your turn.
All right. He's going to try and climb up the thing and pull the ruby out of its face.
All right, that is going to be an athletics check.
I've been training for this since, well, I haven't really been training at all, but I'm
In your
doing
mind,
it
you
anyways.
have.
Yes, I've been imagining all the things that I might do one day. Ah!
It's going to try and oppose you. Does not roll high enough. So you do manage to climb up,
Ah.
and you can grab onto the ruby, but you will not be able to complete the action this turn. This is going to be like a multi-turn thing.
I'm holding on to the ruby.
Yes, you are. You are holding on for dear life, climbing up it.
No,
Scrape, it's your turn.
I'm going to attack him.
You
No,
would.
you mustn't. All right, I'm gonna use my 2-weapon attack.
I think I'm a bit too tall for you, my boy.
How high up is he?
He's within your reach because this thing is quite low to the ground.
Oh, well, in that case, I would have used my key use dodge.
Oh, patient defense.
Yeah.
All right, so Scrape, it would be a normal roll for you because I mean it doesn't matter either way, even if you had disadvantage. But it was just like you've got an ally with there. So roll the damage for your rapier attack. All right, so that is 13 points of piercing damage. I think Winston's down.
That's enough to knock him down. I'll be back for you soon. He says
do you-
as he falls to the ground.
Do you stab him as well with the dagger? Because he is downed.
Yes,
Okay, so roll the damage for the dagger.
Oh
I
dear.
mustn't. I mustn't.
No.
So the sneak won't apply to that one, but it doesn't matter anyway. Winston, that is 2 automatic failed death saves.
It matters not. I'll return in a moment.
Going
I
next.
mean, you can't really say anything. You're unconscious.
I think it.
I felt it.
That's my whole turn.
All right, Violka, your friend has been cast to the ground and stabbed.
I take out my viol and I play a song of mourning for my sweet Winston. You know, he was feeling like family to me, and Scrape was feeling like an evil, cousin that I thought might fuck me over, and it turned out he would. I used to be a drug addict, but apparently not everyone can handle their fresh start. And
I don't even care about drugs anymore. All I
I-
want now.
the point is, your
Bring it.
drug ways are what
Bring it.
turned you.
Right, let's. We've got
And-
10 minutes left, so let's move the combat along.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'm gonna. Can I help Winston?
Never
if
mind
you-
me,
if-
I'm
Oh,
fine.
well, I mean, he's on the ground. I mean, ugh.
You can
no.
you can heal him.
I want to heal him.
Do you have any spell slots left?
I have one. Well, I have 2 level 2 and 1 level 1. Yeah, I definitely can. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna heal him.
It's fine, I'm fine.
So Winston, you are alive again with 6 HP.
Ugh.
Could I also? Was he trying to take the ruby out of the eye?
He was, yeah.
I'd
That
like
was
to-
the cure wounds was your action. So
I just didn't know if I could also move over there.
you could move over there. Yeah, you just wouldn't be able to take an action because
Okay,
you've already
that's fine.
taken one.
Yeah, I got it. Cool.
All right, so Velka, that would be your turn. It's the dragon's turn again. We just roll for something. All right, so the dragon is going to roar and then swipe at you, Velka. Oh, what's your armor class?
No, 13. Lucky.
All right, that's going to
number.
be a hit, I'm afraid.
I would like to hellish rebuke.
All right, you'll be able to do that. You take 5 points of slashing damage as its bone claws go through you.
Uh,
All right, so roll the hellish rebuke. Are you doing this as your racial?
yeah.
Okay, so don't forget you will be rolling that at level 2.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you do 20 points of fire damage. You see the like as it scrapes through you, Vialka, your blood ignites as it's like rolling down your body and bursts out into flame. You see this devilish, almost like head form from the flames and like strike through the bone creature. It stumbles back a little bit from the damage, but seems to still be active.
Draco, you will go down.
It's going to be its turn. Winston,
Oh,
you're
back.
awake again thanks to the help of
I'm
Vialka.
back. I'm going to have to teach you a lesson, I'm afraid, Scrape. I thought you'd learned it, but here comes 2 more.
Yeah, well, you're about to learn that I can't learn.
How's that one for you? And another.
Scrape's been pricked by the thorn of evil.
Well, that wasn't a crit, but 10 total.
Yeah, so Scrape, you take 10 damage as Winston gives you the old one too.
Bop. And another bop.
You should name your fists, Winston.
Damn you, Winston.
Yeah.
The one is called Bip, the other is called Bap. You gotta give him the old Bip and Bap.
Wham bam.
With the wham bam, thank you, man. Now that'd be if he was American.
Yeah.
Anything else you're doing, Winston? Any movement you're taking, or is that going to be your turn?
Guess I'll
Use some
stand.
key.
Can I
Do I
move
get an
around
attack?
him?
If he does that,
Well,
How does it
if he
work?
needs to stand up, that would be half of his movement speed, so he would still have.
I'll stand up. Can I move
it's-
around
look-
him as long as I? Or
Yeah,
how does it work?
Yeah, you still have 15 feet of movement remaining, so you can
But I
still
mean,
move around.
without provoking an attack of opportunity. If I'm staying within reach, I don't remember how that works.
Yeah, you are still staying within reach, so
I'm gonna
it's only
circle-
Pathfinder. It's only Pathfinder where you can't move around without
Okay.
attacks of opportunity.
All right,
Yeah,
and
Winston.
now I'm done.
Scrape, you've been punched.
am I able to get an attack of opportunity or no?
No, because he only moved around you. He stayed within your range the whole time.
Damn you.
It's only Pathfinder that lets you attack whenever someone's moving within your range.
Now, Chi-Chi, it's time. Activate
Yes.
Chi-Chi attack. Or whatever it is that you do.
Chi-Chi. It's Chi-Chi's key.
Give me
Alright.
another point of key.
Chi-Chi's key.
Shift, move over here, and
If
two
you
weapon
move
attack.
there, then I'll get an attack on you, bro.
Yes, that would be an attack of opportunity from Winston.
I see. Well then, I guess I'll have to two weapon attack Winston.
All right, so just roll the first attack first. Like, don't roll them both until you've confirmed. Oof, that's gonna be a no, I'm afraid.
Parry.
That is going to be a yes, though.
Well, you'll have to roll quite high. I'm very strong. Ouch.
That is going to be enough to down the Winston.
Oh dear, I tried.
Winston's up and down like a goddamn Jack in the Box.
Winston, take that. Stop being a fool and join us.
I
Join the dragon, Winston. You'll be able to have all the drinks.
He never offered me anything.
Vialka, it's your turn.
I thought his offer was shit.
Move quickly as time runs out.
Okay. I have learned to hate all of you traitors, and I am just going to have to attack. It will. How does Draco look? Does he look like?
He looks like
anything
he's taken a solid couple of hits thanks to that. Thanks to the hellish rebuke. You're not entirely sure if how close he is to death necessarily, considering he's already kind of dead.
God damn it! I kind of feel like Violka. I guess she would try to just run away a little bit, and
If you're running, you're going to take an attack of opportunity.
oh right, okay. I am just gonna do some vicious mockery.
Not too
No,
late.
never mind. I know what I'm gonna do. Blindness and deafness upon Scrape.
No.
Not the eye. It's always the goddamn eye.
Just got my eye back.
Okay, so make a Constitution saving throw. It's DC 13.
No.
Oh, no, you. Okay, is he blinded or deafened? You have to choose one or the other.
Oh, okay. Blinded.
Okay, so you are blind. It's great.
I'm just swinging wildly.
That's a shame.
Are you doing anything as a bonus action, or is that the end of your turn, Violka?
Winston has not used his bardic inspiration, and I guess can't.
Dead.
We don't.
No,
have
he can't while he's down.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can't really do anything. So that's it.
The dragon's turn. And with there only being one enemy left on the field, it's going to try and attack you, Violka. All right, what's your AC?
13.
Yeah, that's another hit. That's 14 to hit, so...
He's taking me down. Should have betted myself to die.
All right, so that is going to be 8 points of slashing.
Okay.
And that is going to be its turn.
Is it too late to join you?
You
Secretly.
have
Okay.
made your choice. Now live with it and take it to your grave.
I'm glad for it. I was just getting tempted.
Winston, make a death saving throw.
Okay.
That's a failure.
Use your inspiration. I don't know if that if you can.
Yeah, can you use?
Bardic inspiration can be used on death saves. So,
Winston doesn't believe in all that.
I know he wants to die.
I'll travel only as far as my flesh will carry me.
also,
super
Violka, you should be down to 2 HP because you were at 10. You took 8
yes.
damage.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Scrape. Vialka's looking pretty bloodied up. Winston's on the ground.
I'm blind, so I can't really see anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Chi-Chi, come to me, Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi will never come to you,
Come to me?
traitor, you treacherous fool.
Chi-Chi doesn't actually.
What?
Now see what you've lost.
Yeah. Is it worth it?
Is it disadvantage if I want to try to attack Winston?
Yes, it is disadvantage. Yeah.
He's the only one next to me, so I don't know. I'm not.
Well, it would be advantage because he's prone, disadvantage because of
normal.
the. Yeah, so it would just be a normal roll.
All right, I'm just gonna try to finish off Winston before he comes back and pummels me to death.
Winston,
Somehow.
This
you
is
were a
wake
good
up.
man.
for killing me the first time.
You killed yourself.
You were a good man, Winston.
All right, so that's a hit. So that means Winston is dead. I'm afraid.
I'll be back.
Slain by
Back
your
me.
slain by your own ally.
Oh dear.
Don't worry.
Winston.
Time will forget you, Scrape.
Vialka, you've got one last turn to do something. Make it count.
I mean, I'm just gonna try and get the fuck out of here. I can't see that it would work, but I've got to
wait.
try. Oh,
Saving throw, I forgot.
couldn't I have reacted to it attacking me? I guess it's too late. Yeah. All right. Look, I'll just go. I'll
Well,
just
we're
try.
at 8, so let's.
Yeah, I know. Okay. All right. I'm going.
There's a conclusion is about to come. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm just running, and I know I get an attack of opportunity,
can
but
take
it
an
seems like the
action
only option.
to
Oh yeah,
disengage.
disengage. Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
I'm afraid that it has the Sentinel feat, which means that even if you do
Watch it.
disengage, it still gets attack of opportunity.
Well, then I will just try and dash.
Oh.
All right, and that's going to be a hit, I'm afraid. And Vialka,
Dead.
Vialka, you are downed. You see Chi-Chi
I love
starts to
you.
shift. The bird's form changes.
You're a good boy.
And from it, this angelic form rises forward.
Oh.
It reaches out. Winston, you are now alive again, but in an unconscious state. And Vialka, as you go down, you see this light comes across both of you, and it says, "It is not yet your time, but we must retreat for now." As Scrape, you see your two friends and Chi-Chi be teleported away from this place.
I'll be back for you, Scrape.
On the wings of Chi-Chi.
What's going on? What happened?
Scrape.
All right.
What does he say?
The cowards have retreated for now. Remind me of your true name.
Zeiss.
Then you and I shall reign supreme. Where Theraloth failed, we will succeed.
Excellent.
Till Winston shows
You
up.
will be granted a new title.
Piece of shit.
You are now Underlord.
Ooh,
Underlord Zeiss.
nice. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
And that comes to the end of our campaign. There is a little bit of an epilogue to it of the unnamed dragon and the Underlord Zeiss, is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just going to make sure I pronounce it right. So Underlord Zeiss and the dragon take to the surface and wreak havoc
Oh my god.
before being put down again by a group of adventurers, aided by what would become known in years to come as divine intervention.
Ooh, seemed like it.
It definitely felt like it.
But how that all comes to a conclusion, I'm afraid we will not see. That is for the grander world. That is for the grander world of Trimortem and all of its different stories. I'll be probably running a session or two in this universe on Zero Session at some point. I just need to prepare. There is something that's sort of side related to it, which is my campaign Rise of Ash.
Mm-hmm.
That looks.
It's all linked in together. But yes, that was my one shot.
Is Rise of Ash? Is that also Gerendale, or how do you say it?
Garendale is a featured place in it. Yeah.
Okay, that was amazing, and I have a question. What was the, if you can answer it, if you're allowed to, at this point, where in the room where it said "My life is now but a page in the tome," what was that about?
In order for this dragon to come into existence, it was almost like a last-ditch attempt by the Termskey Brotherhood whenever Theriloth fell. That was their mantra. My life is now but a page in the tome.
Okay.
They gave themselves up. It will be in the long campaigns. That's the one shot.
And so they were. Oh, sorry.
I was just like, so. I'm guessing Trevor's just going through like all the things you can see on Zero Session.
Yeah, I thought I'd go to Rise of Ash though. I was making my way.
That's in the long campaigns. There we go.
There it is.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, the faceless tyrants.
Well,
We knew your type, Scrape. It's okay. We still love you. We still love to hate you.
Yeah. Well, I had a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much, Mike, for stepping up and running this thing for us and killing some of us. So
and thank you, Chi-Chi.
Yeah, Chi-Chi and everything. It was a lot of fun, a lot of twists.
And you were a good villain with your eye patch.
Great
Scrape.
Voice modulation.
Oh my god, that was magical. I felt, yeah.
So the sign off is, anybody who wants to play a game with one of us or Mike or whatever, come check out Zero Session. We've got some cool stuff available, and we're always interested in adding more game masters and players to our roster. Thank you so much for joining us. This was Dungeon of the Week. Go ahead.
We have a review system too. So if you want to give any feedback for us, that's on the Facebook page.
Exactly. You can do that on Facebook.
And Mike deserves it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If anyone wants to start an Underlord Zeiss fan club, by the way, URL.
Boo.
Who yeah. Don't worry, I'll take care of this so-called Underlord Zeiss. All right, guys. Well, this is us signing off. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye-bye.